Hello, my name is Hannah Willis, and I want to talk to you today about textbook assistance programs. And I'd like to start with a story about a friend of mine from the University of South Carolina. She's a brilliant student from a low-income family. She's in the Honors College, she's a top scholar, she's a researcher who's presented at national conferences, but because of her family situation, she's paying for herself to get through college. The University of South Carolina has been able to help support her through scholarships that cover the majority of her tuition, room, board, and even helped her buy a laptop. But every semester, she's left scrambling, trying to come up with the money to afford her textbooks. This really inspired me, and for the past year, I've been researching textbook assistance programs. I've reached out to many across the United States to ask how they operate, and I've also reached out to departments on USC's campus to see if it would be possible to institute a similar program here. Students at the University of South Carolina can receive assistance for almost all of their financial, physical, and mental needs, except for textbooks. But why is a textbook assistance program really necessary? People have been buying textbooks on their own for years. Textbooks are a hidden cost. Most students take into account tuition, room, board, and even a computer for college, but forget about the recurring cost of textbooks. Additionally, prices vary so much by semester that it can be hard to predict how much you should save. And as this image shows, textbook prices have increased faster and higher than a lot of other expenses in everyday life. As I mentioned earlier, support is available for almost every aspect of student life except for textbooks. You can get financial assistance for tuition, room, board, meal plans. You can get assistance for physical health through student health services, for mental health through the psychiatry and counseling offices, and there are programs such as the Gamecock Pantry to help students in other ways, but no way to help them with their textbooks. Additionally, textbooks can be really hard for students to sell back. If you so much as crack the spine of your textbook, the bookstore is very likely to tell you that they can't buy it from you. And if you sell your textbook in a student group, you're going to get virtually none of the money that you spent on it back. So, how can we assist students with their textbooks? There's two main methods. My favorite is the method that the University of Tennessee at Knoxville uses, where you have textbooks that people can check out just like they were library books, except they can keep them for the duration of the semester. These programs are usually funded through donations of books or money from students, faculty, and staff. The other main style is through monetary assistance, such as textbook scholarships. Most of these, like this example from the Chickasaw Nation, are through third parties, and you're not limited to where you can purchase your textbooks. You can get them from Amazon, Chegg, anywhere you want. The more common one in universities, such as the University of Dayton, is a bookstore-specific scholarship, where the university will offer you an amount of money to help support you with your textbook purchasing, so long as you only buy your books from the bookstore. Additionally, Barnes & Noble college bookstores have started programs similar to these at many universities, which means that a program like this would be very easy to implement with the Barnes & Noble college bookstore that USC has. So we've covered the main types of textbook assistance programs. Now I want to cover what USC would look like with and without them. So this graphic from the Institute for College Access and Success shows us that increasing affordability at the colleges where most students enroll would reduce inequities in college access and success. And basically what this shows us is that the more money a college gives a student and the less profit they make off of them, the more students of color attend. So increasing monetary support for education would help increase campus diversity. Additionally, Brown University found that when students knew that their textbooks were covered, they would pick classes based off of the class content and their interest in the content, not the cost of materials. Because of this, Brown has been steadily expanding their textbook assistance program to cover more students, as students who are taking classes because of content and their interest are more likely to be high achieving in those classes and to see more academic success, both at the collegiate level and in their future careers. Finally, textbook assistance would help student mental health. A lot of students worry about their finances, and all that worry makes their mental health issues worse. So if we take the past three factors that I've mentioned into account, to picture USC, with a textbook assistance program, USC would be more diverse, it would see more successful students, and it would have decreased mental health issues on campus. Now, if we continue picturing USC as it is right now without a textbook assistance program, we wouldn't see very many changes initially, but as the price of textbooks and tuitions continued to rise increasingly faster than the rate of inflation, we would see decreasing diversity, decreasing student success, and increasing mental health problems among the remaining students. So this is why USC needs a textbook assistance program. We've covered that there's support available to students in almost every aspect of their life, physically, mentally, and financially, except for textbooks. But textbooks are one of the most expensive aspects of college and one of the most necessary expenses. So a textbook assistance program at USC is possible, and it would be a huge benefit to student life at the university. So I want you to help me bring a textbook assistance program to the University of South Carolina. Sign a petition, vote to support it in front of student council, and once it's off the ground, donate your time and your textbooks to help volunteer. Because textbook assistance programs are the way of the future. As this shows, universities have been making more money off of their students and covering less of the price of education, and students aren't going to stand for that for very much longer. They're not going to let universities and textbook companies continue to profit off of them. So universities can either support textbook assistance programs from the beginning, or they can watch as students say that they'll go to places who did. Help USC make the right decision. Thank you.